Meanwhile, the United States has vetoed yet another UNSC resolution that would have called for an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in the Gaza Strip. Israel has, of course, praised Washington's veto for the resolution. An American envoy said that the resolution was in fact divorced from reality as the Americans saw it. He also attacked the resolution sponsors, criticizing them for rushing it through and leaving the call for an unconditional ceasefire unchanged.
It reiterates the Council's demand that all parties comply.
The United States engaged in good faith on this text. We propose language with an eye toward a constructive resolution that would have reinforced the life-saving diplomacy we have undertaken since October 7, increased opportunities for humanitarian aid to enter Gaza, encouraged the release of hostages and the resumption of humanitarian pauses, and laid a foundation for a durable peace.
Now, the United States and Israel, remember, oppose a ceasefire because they claim that this would only benefit Hamas. Now, Washington supports pauses in fighting to protect civilians and to allow the release of hostages taken by Hamas. Now, the U.S. has offered some substantial amendments to the draft, including a condemnation of the attack that took place on the 7th of October. Meanwhile, 13 other members of the UNSC voted in favor of the brief draft resolution calling for an immediate ceasefire that was put forth by the United Arab Emirates. And what is interesting is that Britain abstained from the vote. Britain's UN ambassador has said that the country abstained because there was no condemnation of Hamas. And 4 draft resolutions had already been rejected in the weeks following the 7th of October for lack of sufficient backing or because of American vetoes, which have opposed the humanitarian ceasefire there. And our correspondent Susan Tehrani has sent us this report. Listen in.
During a Security Council meeting here at the United Nations on Friday, the United States criticized what it termed a fraud resolution calling for a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas, saying that it's divorced from reality, vetoing that resolution, notably because it failed to condemn Hamas for the October 7th attacks. Meanwhile, Riaz Mansour, who is the permanent observer of the state of Palestine at the United Nations, called America's veto a, quote, turning point in history, while Israel's ambassador to the UN thanked the United States and the Biden administration for this move. Now, this resolution and the failure to pass it comes just days after UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres invoked what is called Article 99 of the UN Charter. UN officials insist that it carries UN constitutional weight. However, it seems despite that call by the Secretary General and invoking this article, still the Security Council could not come up with a resolution. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.